Hey, I'm Meg and I'm going to be your teacher for the next couple of minutes. Today, we're going to talk about places at school. So, let's get started. Our first place is a classroom. 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 Computer room. Computer room. Science lab. Science lab. Our first sentence. My high school was pretty big. Repeat after me. My high school was pretty big. My high school was pretty big. There were a lot of classrooms. Repeat. There were a lot of classrooms. There were a lot of classrooms. When I went to school, we didn't have any science labs. Repeat. When I went to school, we didn't have any science labs. When I went to school, we didn't have any science labs. I guess not much has changed in Poland since then. Repeat. I guess not much has changed in Poland since then. I guess not much has changed in Poland since then. The computer room was really primitive. I don't even want to comment on that. Repeat. The computer room was really primitive. I don't even want to comment on that. The computer room was really primitive. I don't even want to comment on that. Art room. Art room. Music room. Music room. A library. 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 Art rooms and music rooms are more common in American schools. Repeat. Art rooms and music rooms are more common in American schools. Art rooms and music rooms are more common in American schools. I didn't have those in my school. Repeat. I didn't have those in my school. I didn't have those in my school. I spent a lot of time in the school library. I liked reading. Repeat. I spent a lot of time in the school library. I liked reading. I spent a lot of time in the school library. I liked reading. Gym. Gym. Cafeteria. Cafeteria. Clockroom. Clockroom. I remember my gym. It was big, but the only sport we did was volleyball. Repeat. I remember my gym. It was big, but the only sport we did was volleyball. I remember my gym. It was big, but the only sport we did was volleyball. I didn't have a school cafeteria, just a small shop. Repeat. I didn't have a school cafeteria, just a small shop. I didn't have a school cafeteria, just a small shop. The cloakroom was in the basement. We left our jackets there. Repeat. The cloakroom was in the basement. We left our jackets there. The cloakroom was in the basement. We left our jackets there. Assembly hall. Assembly hall. Playground. Playground. Lockers. Lockers. We didn't have any assembly hall, just a gym. Repeat. We didn't have any assembly hall, just a gym. We didn't have any assembly hall, just a gym. Repeat. We didn't have a playground, so we used a nearby park to run and do sports outside. We didn't have a playground, so we used a nearby park to run and do sports outside. Repeat. Lockers are very American. We didn't have them in Polish schools. Lockers are very American. We didn't have them in Polish schools. Staff room. Staff room. Principal's office. Principal's office. Nurse's office. Nurse's office. I've never been to the staff room or the principal's office. Repeat. I've never been to the staff room or the principal's office. I've never been to the staff room or the principal's office. Have you? Bathroom. Bathroom. Corridor. Corridor. Janitor's closet. Janitor's closet. The bathrooms and corridors were our meeting spots. Repeat. The bathrooms and corridors were our meeting spots. Bathrooms and corridors were our meeting spots. A janitor is the person who looks after the school and does repairs. Repeat. A janitor is the person who looks after the school and does repairs. A janitor is the person who looks after the school and does repairs. Do you remember your school days? What was your favorite place at school? Where did you like to hang out? Write in the comments. Now it's going to be your turn to describe your school. I'm going to give you an example. My school is big and friendly. There are many classrooms where I learn every day. We have a cafeteria where I eat lunch with my friends. The cafeteria is loud and full of happy students. Our school has a gym where we play sports like basketball or volleyball. There's also a library with many books. I like to read there during my free time. We have a computer room where we learn how to use technology. The teachers are kind and help us when we need it. I like my school because it's a safe place to learn and make new friends. Thank you so much for today. I hope you learned something. The next part is about North Carolina. North Carolina. 5 places to avoid in North Carolina. Number 1. Lamberton. Lamberton is often called one of the most dangerous cities in North Carolina. According to crime statistics, there are about 132 crimes for every 1,000 people. In 2017, Lamberton became the center of a chilling mystery. Within just 2 months, the bodies of 3 young women, Rhonda Jones, Christine Bennett, and Megan Oxendine, were found in the same neighborhood, only blocks apart. All 3 women were in their 20s or 30s. Their deaths were discovered under strange and suspicious circumstances. On April 18th, Rhonda Jones was found stuffed inside a trash can behind an abandoned house. Just a few minutes later, that same day, the body of Christine Bennett was discovered inside a TV cabinet in an abandoned house just across the street. Then, on June 3rd, Megan Oxendine was found dead in the same area. The police did not immediately confirm how they died, and no one was arrested. This led to public frustration and fear in the community. Despite pressure from families and national attention, the case remained unsolved for years. Some locals believed a serial killer might be responsible, but the police said they had no evidence to support that. As of now, the deaths of the 3 women are still a mystery, and their families continue to search for answers. This case shocked Lamberton and left behind more questions than answers. Hopefully, they will eventually find the killer and bring justice to the families. Number 2. Durham. Durham is one of the biggest cities in North Carolina, and like many big cities, it has a high violent crime rate. The Michael Peterson case, the staircase mystery. In 2001, Durham became known for one of the most famous true crime cases in America. A woman named Kathleen Peterson was found dead at the bottom of a staircase in her home. Her husband, Michael Peterson, a well-known writer, said she had fallen down the stairs after drinking wine. But when the police arrived, they saw a lot of blood and began to suspect something more serious had happened. An investigation followed, and Michael was charged with murder. The trial revealed secrets like Michael's bisexual relationships and money problems. The prosecution said Kathleen had discovered these things and that Michael killed her during an argument. The defense said she simply slipped and fell. In 2003, Michael was found guilty and sent to prison, but the case wasn't over. Years later, it was discovered that a police expert had given false testimony. In 2011, Michael was granted a new trial. In 2017, he entered an Alford plea, meaning he said he was innocent, but agreed there was enough evidence to convict him. He was released with time served. The case became even more famous after it was featured in a Netflix documentary called The Staircase. It's still debated today. Was it murder or a terrible accident? The mystery of the staircase continues to fascinate people around the world. Fayetteville. Fayetteville is one of the largest cities in North Carolina, but it also has one of the highest crime rates in the state. The murder of Fort Bragg soldier Kelly Bordeaux. In 2012, 23-year-old Kelly Bordeaux, a soldier stationed at Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, disappeared after a night out. She had gone to a local bar called Froggy Bottoms and was never seen alive again. Her sudden disappearance shocked the military community and the town. The last person known to see her was Nicholas Holbert, a registered sex offender who sometimes worked at the bar. He claimed he had dropped her off safely that night, but something didn't end up. Kelly's phone stopped working soon after she left the bar, and she missed work the next day, something completely out of character for her. The case went cold for 2 years, until 2014, when Holbert confessed to killing Kelly. He led police to her body, which he had buried in a wooden area near the bar. He said they had argued in the car, and he struck her with a shovel before hiding the body. Holbert was arrested and sentenced to life in prison without parole. The case brought closure to Kelly's family and fellow soldiers, but also raised questions about how someone with a violent past could be so close to the military community. Kelly Bordeaux's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the dangers that can hide behind a friendly face, and how justice sometimes takes time, but it does come. Asheville. Asheville is a beautiful city in the mountains, but it has a higher crime rate than you might expect, especially for its size. There are around 70 crimes for every 1,000 people. In 2000, 19-year-old Zeb Quinn from Asheville disappeared under mysterious circumstances. He was a smart, friendly young man with a bright future, working at Walmart and taking college classes. One evening, he left work to look at a car he wanted to buy. He was with a co-worker named Robert Jason Owens, but Zeb never came home. The next day, Zeb's car was found in a parking lot. Inside were strange items: a live puppy, a hotel keycard, and lipstick. It was a mystery. For years, no one knew what happened to Zeb. His family never gave up hope, but the case went cold. In 2015, there was a shocking twist. Robert Jason Owens was arrested for a different crime: the brutal murder of a couple, Christy and J.T. Codd. During the investigation, Owens confessed that he had killed Zeb Quinn back in 2000 and had hidden his remains. In 2017, Owens pleaded guilty to killing Zeb and was sentenced to a long prison term. The reason for the murder is still not fully clear, and many believe more secrets remain. The case of Zeb Quinn haunted Asheville for over 15 years. It was a tragic story of a young life lost and justice delayed, but not denied. Whiteville.
Whiteville is a small town in North Carolina with only about 5,000 people, but surprisingly, it has very high crime rates. The 1991 Whiteville double murder, the Baldwin case, on December 1991 in Whiteville, a terrible crime shocked the local community. Leslie Baldwin, 82, and his wife, Gertrude Baldwin, 79, were found dead in their home. Investigators discovered the scene was brutal. The couple had been murdered, and the house showed signs of a forced break-in. Soon after, Norfolk Jr. Fuzzy Best was arrested and charged with burglary, rape, robbery with a weapon, and 2 murders. In 1993, Best was found guilty on all counts and received the death penalty. However, the case took a dramatic turn nearly 30 years later. In 2020, the North Carolina Supreme Court reviewed Best's trial and uncovered serious problems. The prosecution had withheld important evidence, including lab notes and files showing other possible suspects. The court ruled that this undisclosed evidence was material and could have changed the outcome of the trial. As a result, the court ordered a new trial, saying that the fairness demanded justice for everyone involved. Today, the Baldwin case remains a powerful example of how hidden evidence can affect outcomes in criminal trials, and how even long-concluded cases may be reopened in the pursuit of justice.